So I mentioned this, or I may have mentioned this other fire app that bartender the other night recommended called Watch Duty. I went and installed it on my phone. About to pull out here from Chester, and I thought I'd check my route, make sure there's nothing, no fires to be concerned about. So there I am in Chester, and I'll just back out, and you can see the first fire that's visible is not going to be on the way. It's this green fire, which is up near where I was yesterday. There's Bernie there. That's where I was yesterday. Remember there was some smoke. It must have been from this green fire. It looks pretty big. It says 11,000 acres. Seems big to me, but you click on the fire there and it gives you all the details. And this one says that they're on evacuation order level 3. Go. I don't know what that means, but it sounds pretty serious to me. These little blue things here are kind of cool. You click on those, and those are a camera. Cameras all over the place, apparently hosted by UC San Diego, and you can play back a time lapse of the cameras there and see different things, I suppose. Going back to my route here in Chester, I'm going southeast towards Reno, and I don't see anything, and there's Reno, so looks like my route's going to be clear of fires, at least according to this. All right, here we go. Alright, pulling out. I didn't really have a time schedule because I got a short ride today. Heading to Reno, 128 miles. Great stay at that hotel. It's perfect. The town itself seems to lack. I couldn't even find a bar. For dinner last night, there was a grocery store directly across the street, which was very convenient. I went there twice. Ended up just getting a frozen dinner. Cooked it in the microwave in the hotel. It was lasagna. It was fine. Saved myself a few dollars. Yeah, I couldn't even find a restaurant within walking distance of the hotel. So I think I don't know what, this lake seems to be the thing in this town. 1054, got air temperature 82, tire pressure 33 and 39. It's interesting because it was 4 pounds, or about 3 or 4 pounds above that when I got up this morning and came down and checked it. It's one of the first things I usually do when I wake up, so I don't have to worry about it anymore. Is check the tire pressure, check the battery level. Lola saying this is a 2-hour and 35-minute ride with an arrival time of 1:35. I was curious about the altitude here, the elevation, and we are at 4579. Gave me 2 down, he must be a rider. What I was hoping to grab here was one of those big giant gaps caused by those one-way road closures. So far so good, I don't see anybody behind me. disorientation act again. It's all sideways. Rest area 9 miles. That'll be after the Chevadoon. Chevadoon's coming up here in 1.4. Quincy, population 5,500. See, at 76. I wonder if that's the Chevadoon, formerly. Polaris dealership right in the middle of town. I think I'm going to the left. Feet turn left. It's got to be like the courthouse or something. Stopped back there at the Mobile. Got a Starbucks Frappuccino iced coffee, delicious. Stood there in the air conditioning for a minute. This does sort of look like a mountain pass. Got warning reader boards up there. Definitely going uphill. California Highway Patrol. Shout out to those boys and girls. So headed for Reno, right? Been planning on going to the Peppermill casino and hotel resort. Not for any real strong reason, but I am attending a work event there in November, and just figured, well, if this particular event is being held there, then it's probably decent. Plus, I get to check it out in advance, you know. So 3, 4, 5 days ago, I hopped online just to see what rooms looked like, and I was gonna have no problem getting a basic room for 2 nights. That would be tonight and tomorrow night. That was like 3 or 4 days ago. Last night I got online and all those rooms were gone. The only thing that was available was a big king suite. I think it was like a 2-bedroom thing, and it was really expensive. I don't know, $500 maybe, and that's all there was. So, well, I figured I'd call the hotel directly and see if I can get the reservations desk online. Sometimes, you know, they have access to other available rooms than the online way. So I get this guy, answers the phone. He's super friendly, immediate, super strong accent, Middle Eastern. Should have been my first clue, but it wasn't. And I tell him the story how I'm trying to get 2 nights, get a room for 2 nights, but looks like there's nothing other than a giant suite. He says, "Oh, no problem. I can get you in. What we'll do is we'll make 2 separate reservations and join them together, and it'll be just like one." And I asked, will I have to change rooms, or will it be the same room both nights? And he said, "Oh, no problem. It'll be the same room, 2 nights. Just I have to make 2 reservations." All right, whatever you gotta do, I don't care. So he takes all my information. He's gonna send me. And he said something about I'll give you a number. You can call. You can call somebody, and they'll join the two rooms together for you. That sounded a little weird. That should have been another clue, but whatever. I thought I was talking to the reservations desk at the actual hotel. Turns out I wasn't. But anyway, first dude says he sets me all up for that first night, which would have been tonight. King room, you know, nothing fancy. It's like 80 or 90 bucks or something, and it takes all my information. It's non-transferable, editable, non-refundable, non-changeable, blah blah blah. Yeah, whatever. I agreed to all that. He said, I'm going to send you a confirmation right now. Boom, sends me a confirmation. I get it in the email while he's on the phone. He says, all right, now I'll make the reservation for the second night. But I gotta check with my supervisor. I gotta talk to somebody or something. So can I call you right back? There's a Texaco. Reads me back my phone number. Yeah, okay, go ahead, call me back. So while I'm sitting there waiting, I get this notification of a blocked spam number. I'd never seen this on my phone before. The phone didn't actually ring. I just got this notification from Verizon that they blocked the number. Well, I called the number, and of course it wouldn't ring. It's probably fucking India or something. Wouldn't go through. This call cannot be completed or something like that. You know, those old motorhomes. Breaking Bad. So then I tried to call back the number that I originally called, and I get a different number. I get a different dude on the phone, and I tell him I wanted to speak to Eduardo, or whoever the first guy was. I had his name because he was working on a reservation for me, and he said, well, unfortunately the way our system works, of course this guy's got a strong accent too, I am unable to connect you to your previous agent, but what can I help you with? I can help you with anything. Told him the whole story. Oh, no problem, I can book the second reservation for you, and then we'll put them together and it'll be just like one. Alright, so I gave him all the information, credit card, name, address, phone number, blah blah blah, and he says, I have to put you on hold for just a minute. Got to clear this with my supervisor. I'll be right back. Okay. He says, but in the meantime, I'm going to send you the confirmation for the second night. All right. So I'm on hold for just a few minutes, and then during that time, I got the email for the second room, and I read through it very carefully. And the first one said King. Oh, this is a nice view. King room, 80 or 90 bucks. I don't remember what it was. 130 with all the taxes, 140 maybe. The second one says 2-room suite. Same price. But it was the same price. So he comes back on the phone. He says, did you get the second confirmation? And I said, yes, but I was looking at the room types, and the room type on the first one is not the same as the room type on the second one. Are you sure you're going to be able to get me in the same room for 2 nights so I don't have to change? Because there's the problem with changing rooms. Checkout's at 11. Check-in is at 3. So I'd have to move all my shit out of the room and sit in the lobby with it or something. I don't know what I would do with it. You know, all my bags. It's not like I have just a rolling suitcase. You've seen me do the unload, reload process. I got a lot of shit. And he says, so I said, but the first room says King, and the second one says Suite. I said, are you sure you're going to be able to join them? And here's what I heard. Click. So I got back on the website. Oh, one of the two of them had given me the phone number to call to link the 2 reservations. So I called that number, and that was the actual booking desk at the casino at Peppermill. I got this nice gal on the phone, English as a first language. She said she's there on property. Told her the story. She looks them up. She says, yeah, I see the 2 reservations. She says, but these were booked. These were made by a second-party vendor. We don't have any control over that. And she said she could also not find 2, cheaper rooms, or 2 nights of a cheaper room, either the suite or the king or anything else. So she said the only thing I can do is show up there to check in, ask the front desk if they can put me in a room that I won't have to change rooms. So that's the plan. When I get there, I'm going to see if I can talk to somebody and get into a room. If they tell me they absolutely can't do anything for me, and I have to check out tomorrow morning and check back in, I'm probably just going to check out tomorrow and keep on going. Eat whatever the cost of that second room was. So there you have it. We'll see how it goes. Alright, here we go. California Interstate 395. Here we come, southbound. We're only 8 miles. Which is the lane here? I think this is the lane here. I think that's a breakdown lane. Yeah. Alright, 7.4 miles till my exit. 24 miles to Reno. Speed limit 65. Nevada! Woo! Border town. The road is instantly smooth. Alright, I have navigated this. I didn't think it was going to be dirt, but it is. Well, it's either dirt or just really old, unmaintained, unrepaired highway. Am I rolling? Yep. But this road actually turns into the road that the casino resort is on, the hotel, which is Virginia Street. Speed limit 25. Do some standing. Seven miles, I'm turning on Virginia Street. If I have a chance to get back on the freeway, I'm going to do that. This is doing nothing for me other than just beating the shit out of the bike. Sorry, Transalp. I think I see a freeway on-ramp right there. What's this? Freeway. Fall in behind this truck right here. Be nice and clean and neat. Definitely coming into suburbia. Outskirts of Reno. Oh, that was the other thing. My booking agent, one of them kept pronouncing it Reno. Should have been a clue. Whew, it's hot. 102 degrees. Transalp's doing good. 187. Nice downhill here. Give you another gear. Crossing some highway. Okay, this is becoming evident to me that this was probably a really bad idea. But I'm going with it because I'm here. Still searching for my room, which has been the hardest part so far. I might be getting closer. Getting closer. Yeah, this was probably a bad idea. But I got 2 bears on my helmet. Priorities. In the room, waiting for my luggage. And then I'm gonna get a big old shower. Yeah. Here's my window. And my room, it's not bad. Pretty snazzy. Pants are quite wet and sweaty. Drying out. Check out the engineering on this refrigerator door. We got 4 massively heavy-duty hinges for some reason. I don't know. Crazy, huh? Got my luggage. Unbelievable. Wasn't even that long. Only like 15-20 minutes. It's right there. I'm not going to unload a lot because I got to move tomorrow morning. More on that in a minute. Alright, so this place is really hard to find your way around. It's just like a giant Vegas casino, which I don't know why I would have expected anything different, but it just goes on forever. I'm trying to find my way back to civilization now to find some food, see what I can come up with. Alright, got a shower, a little cleaned up here. This place is really hard to find your way around. Doesn't make much sense at all. I'm in room 2040, but that's on the 2nd floor, not the 20th floor. That threw me off right there. So I'm gonna wander around a little more. Find 2 things: beer, food, and laundry. See if I can find any of those things. I'll get back to you in a bit. La pool. food. Heading back to the room. Place is huge. To be determined on whether or not this was a good idea or not. I got to make that room transfer tomorrow from this room into a suite, some other building. I don't know how that's going to work out, but I'm going to go with it. The sky caps, or whatever you call them, so they'll help me move my baggage. So I'm trying to find out if there's a guest laundry, you know, coin machine laundries somewhere here on the property. Looking around. All right, here's what I got to do to get to my room from the front desk. I got to go to these elevators here. So when I take the elevator to the third floor to go walk here, and I get on the skywalk here, walk down this for a long way. And a couple old folks here in front of me, equally frustrated. It's just so big. The place is just gigantic. All right, so here's my room 2040. You must be down that way.
Good luck tonight.
All right, good luck to y'all too.
I'll be finding your car.
Leave a trail of breadcrumbs.
Yeah.
Okay, that was pretty funny. Those folks are struggling just like me. Well, here we are outside the window. Nothing really to look at but a parking lot. But I did find out that there's no coin laundry service here. You can send your laundry out to be cleaned, so I'm going to do some sink laundry. Just so happens I have some laundry detergent from last time I did laundry, so I'm going to take care of that right here in the room tonight. Okay, this is sink laundry. I just happened to save my little bottle of Tide there from last time doing laundry in one of the other hotels. I almost threw it away and didn't keep it, but I'm just rinse and wash the clothes right here, rinse them out, and just like new. Laundry done and drying. Well, good morning. Tuesday morning, I'm in Reno, having some hotel coffee. In the room here, I gotta load everything up and change rooms this morning. It's gonna be a pain in the ass. Maybe it won't be so bad. I just have to call the bellhops and they have to come and take my luggage and hang on to it. I have to check out by 11. Can't check in until 3, but maybe they'll let me check in early, so they say. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm about to go for a little walk, stretch my legs a little bit, look around, and check back with you later. So my brilliant laundry idea hasn't gone so well. These are drying extremely slowly. Still wet. I've squeezed them a bunch of times. Same for my socks, which have been drying here since yesterday, and then just don't seem to want to dry. So I'm gonna go find a laundromat somewhere. There's no on-property coin laundry, according to the dude. So I'm gonna run up the street to a laundromat I think I found on the map and run them through a dryer. Morning, Transalp. You doing all right? Sorry I made you sleep out in this dark, scary place. Looks like you're doing okay though. .9 volts. That's good. All right. Let's check the tire pressure. Make sure nothing crazy there happened overnight. .3642. Looking good. almost made a full loop around the Peppermill complex here. This is apparently the outdoor dog walking area. Nice. Check out this little entranceway. It's pretty cool. It's kind of a mirrored room. Seems like. So it's a little after 10. It's getting close to checkout time, where I have to check out for a couple of hours and then check into the other room. But I'm going to go down to the front desk. They told me to check there and make sure something hasn't changed, or I can stay in the room I'm in. See what happens. Okay, really good news. Even though everybody up to this point has told me there's no way I can stay in this room, I have to change rooms no matter what. So, but this really nice gal by the name of Diane at the front desk, told her my story. She said, no problem, you can stay in that room. You got to pay a little penalty for giving up the suite, I guess, but I can stay in the room tonight, which is a big relief.
Second floor.
All right, carry on. Okay. Here's another thing that I'm not sure is a great idea, but I encountered another two-wheel form of transportation I'm going to be able to go to. See it. Here we go. I'm on a lift scooter. Alright, here goes nothing. Not too bad. Oh, it's got good acceleration. Now the rules say on this thing you're not supposed to ride it on the sidewalk, but there's no fucking way I'm going in the street with this thing. I don't know how fast I'm going, but it feels like I'm moving right along. Okay, I believe this is the street that the laundromat is on. I've only ridden on these scooters one other time, and that was in Norfolk, Virginia, with my buddy Tom. Tom, you know who you are. Okay, well, let's go. It's not going. Okay, now it's going. I wonder if that was a no-go zone or something. And I learned that when we were in Norfolk, that the scooter sensed where you were, and there were certain places where it wouldn't let you go except for very slow. And this is the laundromat. Look at that car. Isn't that cool? So while I'm sitting here waiting for the laundry, I took a look at my Lyft account. This scooter ride is a Lyft scooter. And this short little 2-block ride cost me $4.25. Seems a little steep to me, but I'm wondering if maybe that's a minimum or something. I'll do a little ride around the area after I get my laundry done. Check the price of that. Look like they have a legitimate old school Pac-Man machine here. Beat to holy hell. That's cool. That's like the original. That's not like a reproduction or something. Cool. Alright, scooter's still here. Got lucky. Pretty cool little car. It's a Cadillac. Yeah, like I said, for some reason, I feel a little safer on a motorcycle going 60 than I do going 12 on that scooter. So, it's alright. Got the laundry done. Gonna head back into the hotel and figure out what to do next. Alright, getting way outside the scope of this channel here, but the second scooter ride cost me $8.58, and I was curious about that. Apparently it's $1 to unlock and then 50 cents per minute. I don't know, $8.58. You can see it gives a little route of where I went. I didn't go that far. I don't know, is that economical or is it not? I don't know. And then I also tried to find out what that beeping sound was, and it said it was probably an error code, meaning battery failure or something wrong with it. But the answers seem to vary a little bit, so I'm not sure what that code meant, that beeping sound. There you have it. Let me go check out the pool, see what that's like. Relax for a minute. Plus it's 5 o'clock somewhere. See what happens. Skywalk again. Go across the street, see if we can get a steak. Steakhouse directly across the street. Alright, sign says open. It's hot out here. I don't know if you can see me or not because my battery's about to die on my camera, but I got 2 things to say. One, prime rib steak at this place behind me was delicious. And 2, it's fucking hot out here.